kept you waiting, huh?
I just remember talking with a friend like in elementary school, like, yeah, they should add motorcycles and this and that,
No way.
and then and planes, helicopters, and then they sure enough did.
Wow. You told the
And
future. There you go.
and it was like, damn. And then the same thing with San Andreas, I was definitely much more into that style of things, getting more into hip hop and especially the West Coast like 90s era.
Yeah.
And so when they put San Andreas out there and the whole gangbang culture in the beginning and everything, it was just like, yeah, it was a whole nother dream. And then,
Mhm. But it's also it's crazy because San Andreas almost feels like, yes, the same team at Rockstar. They handled the GTA series,
mhm.
and of course there's a lot of resemblance in this game, but it also feels like kind of like a new game too, because
Yeah.
there's like other things you can do that like broke it wide open in my opinion.
Yeah, no, they just brought everything to that next level. And
Yeah.
where Vice City did some things,
But it
like
was like minor small things. I love
yeah.
the businesses in that.
Yeah, they did add businesses
I
for Vice
love that.
City. So
Yeah.
there were significant things, but
Mhm.
San Andreas like exponentially grew, it felt like. And there was just so much more. You had businesses, you could do gang wars, and
Mhm.
then just all of the vehicles and then what really I think did it for a lot of people was customizing the character,
Mhm.
because you couldn't really, I think you had a couple outfits in Vice City, but like you couldn't really do much there. But in San Andreas, you were able to like customize the character's outfit to how you wanted to,
Mhm.
and you could even hit the gym and get
You
buffed
can
up.
eat,
You
get
could eat and
fat.
get fat and be skinny, dude. Like all of that stuff. It was pretty amazing what they did. But anyways, those were my major exposure to Rockstar. Then of course I got to talk about Max Payne, um,
Oh my god, I forgot
because
that.
while that was started by Remedy Studios, they teamed up with Rockstar
Yes.
and they were able to release those games, and those are some of my favorite games of all time. The Max Payne games, just I'm a sucker for that John Woo like slow motion dodging bullets gameplay. Anytime
Matrix.
that's Matrix style, anytime I could do some Matrix moves in a game, like you got me sold, you got me hooked.
Yeah. But it was and sorry to interject, but
Uh,
I totally blew right by that, and I'm hating myself right now because that did play a very pivotal role early on in my video game career. Um, and it was to me, Max Payne, the first one, was well written. Whoever did the story
mhm,
for it and the action, and it was, to me, that was one of the titles that took it to the next level too. Very, very much with the whole slow motion
mhm.
and also just an in-depth story.
Yeah, they definitely brought the narrative to the next level, and that's a lot of thanks to the writer was Sam Lake
Hmm.
at Remedy. And fun fact that the in the first game, the character model for Max is actually him.
I saw that.
Yeah,
I
so
saw
you
that. Yeah.
basically they took like a picture of him in that, and what I really loved about that too is they had this whole comic book style narrative.
Yes, I love that.
It
Yeah,
was
when
like
they.
that graphic novel
Hmm.
where a lot of the major plot points, while there were some like regular style cutscenes, a lot of it was in this comic book style that was just
I'm gonna do the
so
comic book
heavy.
style. I feel like I wanna do like some type of video where we do it just like that, where it's comic
Yeah.
book style, and you just lay it out. Because I feel like that'd be such a cool video to do. And just the emotion and the voice. To me personally, the voiceover,
Yeah.
hands
Oh,
down.
top notch. That
Soundtrack too, just like the not melody. What's it called that they had during
yeah,
each
the little
scene?
yeah, the backing track that they had going on, and yeah, the Max Payne theme is just classic.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm forgetting the actor's name right now, but he's phenomenal. Those games were just incredible for their narrative
Hmm.
and their gameplay. That's why they're one of my favorites.
Hmm.
And so to go on to that, I did play a little bit of Midnight Club, but only the third one. But then I ran with LA Noir.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
That came out a little bit later. They partnered up with some guys at Team Bondi, and that was like I'm a sucker for 40s, like Prohibition era up to like 50s, kind of mafioso type stuff. And so
Yeah.
that while you didn't play as that, it was in that era, and you
Hmm.
played as detective, and you had crimes where you kind of like interacted with such types.
Hmm.
But it was just that era, and what I liked about that, but also Max Payne heavily. What I wanted to say was the noir element. I'm a sucker for noir also,
Hmm.
and just
I
that
just like
deep
how you say
dark,
noir.
yeah, that melancholy,
Yeah,
detective kind of
I've never played it.
gritty.
Never played it,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I kind of am sad that I never did get a chance to play it when it first in its original run.
yeah.
It's not too late to try it out now.
It's not. It still holds up pretty well, and it's on PS4 via remaster, so you could play that on
No
the
way.
five. Yeah,
Okay, I'll check
yeah,
that out then.
yeah.